Hello everybody, this is the one, the only SportyDos here, and today I am going to be playing against Dave Brimfield. Now, Dave and I have had a bit of issues in the past on AFL 23. He's bet me twice earlier on, and I bet him twice afterwards, and he called me out on Discord, so here's the coin of the toss. I won the toss, and I'll be kicking to the left of screen. And Davis Gold Coast, by the way, and I am Colton, so this is our match to begin. So the start of the bounce here commences. I don't get the clearance. He always kicks it onto the wing. Remember that. So he kicks it to the player right here. He takes the mark. He handballs it. A very long handball. I managed to tackle him just in time, but to no avail, and he kicks the goal. I decided to change my tactics, but I ended up not doing so. And then we commence the second bounce where he wins the clearance again. So he's had a very fast start. He punches the ball. I try going forwards towards the ball, and I take a brilliant mark. I try playing on. Basically, I punch it and it goes straight to him. He gathers the ball here from the wing. He gathers it back to his player, and this was a very good goal. And he slots it. Easy pickings. He has a 2 goal advantage within the first 30 seconds of the game, which is actually 42. And then I got the clearance for the first time, but I couldn't get the ball disposed. So he's got the free kick holding the ball, and he decides to go on a little stroll, kicks it to the man right there. He takes it on, chips it into the 50 where I take the intercept, and he kicks it. I kick it long down the middle. He handballs the ball right there. He handballs the ball there. I pass it. I'm trying to link up a play here, but to no avail because he punches the ball out. He's out. He's got his players free of the ball. He's hand passing it around constantly. He's got an opportunity here. He hand passes it there. He hand passes it here and there, and he kicks the goal. Within the first minute and 30 seconds, I'm in trouble. I have 3 goals down, and this is where the game starts to change. So I managed to win the clearance. I managed to dart it inside 50. I have a shot within about 45 out, and then I am kicking to the right of screen, which is going to bring it back to the left and going for a goal, but it's marked on the line, unfortunately. So he marks it there, and he's deciding what to do with it. And he's trying to play this chip sort of style. I managed to grab the ball right there, and I had a shot for goal, but just narrowly misses it to the left, to the right, sorry, for one behind, and it actually counts as two for some reason. But nevertheless, I have a shot right here. I took a really good specky. I'm aiming to the right of screen, just narrowly, and this is where I shank it completely, which goes out on the full, which is very disappointing. And then he takes the mark right here and tries to play possession football. So he's assessing his options, kicks it right there. I can't do nothing about it. Then he just waits for a lead. I managed to take another intercept mark. That's a main occurrence of the game, intercept marking, but he's taken full opportunity. And then he gathers the ball here, kicks it into the middle, which is very strange. Usually he kicks it to the wing. And then I managed to have a shot on goal, but I couldn't dispose of the ball at the time. He was having some really good tackling pressure. And then he kicks it to the left side and then kicks it into the middle. Then he kicks it to the wing and he's trying to set up another play right here, but I managed to punch it just in time, managed to get rid of it. And then he grabs the ball, kicks it to the other side of the wing again, which I managed to intercept it. Tried to make one last play, but he managed to spoil it just in time. And then I managed to get the ball right there. It's a bit of a free flowing first quarter, and this is where he becomes a hypocrite. He talks about speckies, but he just does that. He tries to play on, but the siren goes. So quarter time, it's him 3 goals, Dave to me 2 behind. So he has a pretty commanding lead. I decide to make a tactic move, which I change it to wide because I got to stop his obsession of going to the wings. So he takes the mark right there. He decides to play on. Then he grabs the ball. I grab the ball. I dispose of the ball. The Carlton play then kicks it into the middle. I try to do a set play right here, and I just narrowly miss it. I mistime it, and it goes for a behind, but that's okay. I'm starting to get the game on my terms, and it's back to a 15-point margin. He's trying to play slow possession football. He's trying to milk the clock a little bit here. So he get he gets rid of the ball just in time. My Colton player gets to a first. I try and do a link up handball, and it to no avail, and it was holding the ball, so he didn't get rid of it in time. I have a shot from about 65 out on an angle, so this would be very interesting to see whether or not I mark it. And I put it onto the deep in the red, and I time it relatively sweetly, but then again it went out on the full, so it wasn't too sweet after all. So I have the yips in front of goal, and that's what's costing me at the moment. He's assessing his options. He's trying his best to. This is where he probably could have taken a specky, but nevertheless, the Colton player gets it. And yet again, a ball up that should have been holding the ball realistically. In this ruck contest, his man gets it. He goes to the guts, but my Colton player bombs it into the 50. And this is where I do a link up handball, which results in a ball up from about 30 metres out in front of goal. In Colton's end, it's a lot in Colton's end so far. So I managed to win the ruck contest, and this is where I kicked my first goal because I managed to hand pass it from a ruck contest. And it's back down to 9 points with about a minute and 49 seconds to go. So he kicks it to the win again after winning the clearance. That's the main theme of his structure. So he's trying to, this is where he shouldn't have played on. He should have taken the shot. But he decided to do one of those tricky little things where, you kick it on the run and it's pretty much going in. It's one of those glitches in the game. I managed to bomb it into the guts. He gave us the ball. I produced a nice smother. This is where I start to get on top of him. So I do a link up handball, but he managed to get that tackle just in time. There's about a minute 12 to go in the second quarter, and we've got a ruck contest right here. And then I grab the ball here. I do a nice link up play. He punches it just in time. I managed to handball it here, but yet again, another stoppage. And it's a ball up from about 25 out on an angle. So Tom DeConing has got it. The Gold Coast player has it, but it is smothered and taken full opportunity by Jesse Motlop. And that is now all Jack Martin, I can't tell. And now it's a 4 point margin, so it went from a commanding lead to a slender lead at half time. So I managed to win the clearance, and it's gone into the 50. He managed to punch it just in time. I have enough space to have a shot for goal, and I managed to slot it through. The yips are gone, and I'm back in the lead. So with 39 seconds, I'm trying my best to assess what I could do here. He's trying to regather what he did in the first quarter, and we've got a stoppage right here at the center of the ground. There's about 34 seconds to go. He wins the clearance. He decides to kick it inside 50. This is where he made a mistake. He could have just chipped it over the top, but he just hesitated and it caused the ball up. 25 seconds to go, and this is where he kicks it on the ground and tackles me straight away because I have possession of the ball. Ball up again. 18 seconds to go. I managed to hit it out to the Carlton player, and I'm trying to do a nice passage. This is where I take the mark. He tried to smother it, but I did a shocking kick, and this is where he could have, I could have paid for my mistake, and it was looking like it, but he decided to have a shot on the siren, and I take the intercept mark. So overall, for the first half, I started off really shit. He started off really well, and then he hasn't scored a goal ever since the minute and a half of the first quarter. So I managed to lose the ruck contest. He gets a clearance, he disposed of it, and he has a bunch of players free inside 50, and this is where he takes the mark. Now he goes up, I check the stats for some sort of reason to see if I'm well on top of the game. I wasn't, I was behind a little bit. But anywho, He goes for goal and he slots it through the middle, no questions asked. First blood goes to him and he regains the lead very quickly with a 4 point buffer. So I managed to win the clearance right there with Tom DeConing's tap. And guess who marks it and guess who gets the crumb and guess who's going for a shot on goal? Matthew Owis. And Matthew Owis is lining up and he slots it from straight in front of the sticks. So Tom DeConing is going against Wits. I win the clearance yet again. I am starting to make a run here, but he managed to get the ball punched just in time. He takes the mark. Dave has a paddock in front of him. He can decide what to do here, and he assesses a smart option going straight for the goals, but he decides to do something stupid right there and kick off the ground. I don't know why he did that, but anywho. And then the goal, I'm trying to do a link up with handballs, and I do a link up of my own with handballs, and all of a sudden he punched it just in time and he marks it. So he's assessing his options. He's taking a little bit of chip footy. He's chipping it around. He's trying to gain all the possession while just waiting for the turnover. And then I intercept, and then it goes straight in the middle, and I will and go, but it was a shocking kick, and it's intercepted by their player. And Dave's got the ball right here, and he's deciding what to do with his options, and he's going through the guts, which is a very big surprise. But the Gold Coast player in it, and it actually worked so far because it's going inside his 50. I try and get first usage of the ball. I give it away, but this is where it gets a little bit freaky. She does a very long clearance handball, gets to the guy right there, and he slots the goal, regaining the lead with a 4 point buffer with about a minute and 21 to go. Tom Dick, this is where I start to take full control of the game. I win the clearance. And then all of a sudden, Specky from guess who? Harry Mackay. And I'm lining up straight in front, should not miss. I haven't got the yips as I did in the first quarter. And I'm pretty sure this is straight for the middle. Yep, no questions asked. I regain back the lead. It's been a bit of a up and down sort of game. Changing leads 3 or 4 times. Then I win the clearance again. Guess who's again? That's right, Matthew Owis. Beautiful kick. And I'm lining up from about 30 yards straight in front, kick the goal, and I have an 8 point buffer. And now it's starting to get a little bit shaky for old Dave. And Dave's in trouble, he's losing by 8 points, but if he keeps losing the clearances and stuff, he could surrender the lead. Anyways, stoppage right here. And then Tom DeConing gets the tap rope, goes straight through the middle. He mistakenly punches it, and this is where I kick a goal from 50 meters out, which goes straight to the player. And now we have a 2 goal buffer in change. So 25 seconds to go, he wins the clearance. My player was somewhere in Jupiter because he's stupid, and he passes it to this guy. He's having a shot practically after the siren, trying to kill some time, trying to, get some respectability back on the scoreboard. And he slots with 2 seconds to go. So it's back to an 8 point margin. Anyone's game in the last quarter. We've got the bounce right here. Nobody really cares because it's 3/4 time. Nothing's going to happen. I checked the summary again to see what my stats look like, and it's a relatively even inside 50s, but he's had more the control of the possession. So mine's a little bit like Richmond style, constantly trying to get the play moving, while he's a more steadier type. So Tom DeConing wins the ruck tap. He gets tackled to the ground and he kicks it to the win. This is where I've got full control of what I could do here. Instead, I decide to be very selfish. And guess what? He got the ball and he's running with it on the wing. And this is where he has a little bit of a dominant period. So I'll explain more in a minute. He's got the possession of the ball right here. He's using the wing a lot in the last quarter. So he's trying his best to create opportunities, but I'm managed to intercept it like I've done all day. And then this is where I've been very stupid. I'll keep banging it down to his expertise. He's going towards the guts, and now he's got the chance to kick the first goal of the last quarter, but he misses. It was a very tough shot. Like, it was a 30-meter out, but it was very high pressure, and he has a chance right here. He hand passes it. He's got all the control in the world. And I managed to do a smother, but he regains it back, and that is holding the ball, and I could take my time. It's a 7-point lead towards me at the moment. He punches at the ball. He's got the chance. He goes through the corridor. He gathers the ball here. He gathers the ball there. He's doing a nice play. All he has to do is slot it in front, but he misses again, which is now down to a goal. So I managed to kick it down to the wing, which is not preferably, but it'll do, as I am trying to gather territory at this current point and resist all his dominance. And it's a ball up a stoppage in about the left side of the wing, and I managed to get a win for the ruck tap. And this is where it goes inside my 50 for the first or second time of the quarter, but he managed to get it out straight away. I managed to smother the ball right there, and it is another stoppage, yet again left side of the wing, around 70 from goal. So we're just waiting for the ball up right here. The Gold Coast player wins it, but I managed to receive the ball from it, and I managed to get the ball out, and it goes through the goals. A freakish goal from me from about 50 out on an angle, and it has a little bit of a buffer, a 2-goal buffer, about a minute 28 to go. And this is where he has his last couple of chances. So the ball up occurs. It's a stoppage in the center of the ground. He's pretty desperate at the moment. He's 2 goals down, and he gets a clearance right here. He does a very nice handball. He has a chance to make it a 1-goal game, but yet again, he's missing his chances like I missed mine in the first quarter. And it's now 11-point game, so it's 2 kicks in it. And he gets the ball again. He has a shot a little bit more difficult this time, 45-degree angle, and he misses again. 4 behinds this quarter. He's had all the authority, but he's all missed it. And I kick it out and kick it straight through the guts, trying to gather territory. He's got the ball right here, but he doesn't take full opportunity of it. And then all of a sudden, I get tackled in the center of the ground, 55 seconds to go, and I managed to win the ruck contest here. He kicks it to the wing. I am racing towards it. There's about 45 seconds to go. He kicks it out on the full. That is a major game changer here, because I'm thinking, should I just chip it or should I just go out for it? And I went for it. So I managed to get the ball here, had a nice passage of play, and then he punches it here. I get a good tackle, and then I mark it. And what does he do? He rage quits on the spot with 25 seconds to go, because I would have got it down to 6 seconds, and that would have been the game.